With 20 kids, I can work miracles, the wisdom of Job. At 30 kids, we can get things done. With 40 or more, I'm just doing traffic control. Class size at Lawrence Middle School, my average class size is about 38. My largest class is 41.
Had up to 39, 40 sometimes in a class. Well, it's very difficult. Depending on the type of student you're with, it's difficult to organize labs with 40 kids. That's in terms of equipment, in terms of just being someplace where you can watch what they're doing with the equipment. So it's very difficult.
Currently, my larger class has 30 students in it. Because what I'm teaching requires that the students be doing lab work, that means that only half of my students can work at any given time. So I have to split my class in half. Half of them are doing lab work and the other half have to do some sort of book work or some other assignment. It is not the ideal learning environment. It really isn't, because if one of the students doing book work has a question or an issue, then I have to zoom over there and help them. Conversely, if someone who's working with microscopes has a question, then I have to go back over there.
I teach AP Government, and for at least the last 3 years, the room I'm in has had 45 to 50 seats, because I've had 45 to 50 students at most in the classes, probably an average of 45. Because there are so many, it all of a sudden became a popular class to take the last 3 years, and we don't, because of the district's policy of accepting any student who wishes to take the class, we don't right away reject them. They come in. We've had to fit in as many as come in. So it's an impossible situation, especially for that level course, to teach that many students and be as successful as we should be.
So I worked as a resource teacher and would be in classrooms of 40. I could hardly move through the desks. I now teach special day class because I wanted to be able to teach students instead of herd.
Illinois has the motto of quality daily PE from K to 12. And we don't have that in LAUSD. We do not have elementary physical education teachers. That was a state grant and the money was unfortunately pulled away. We had over 20 elementary PE teachers that were itinerant. They would go from school to school. And I think only 4 are left, and they're being paid through, other funding sources. If you don't teach them young how to be healthy and fit, it's by the time they're in 6th or 7th grade, it's too late. And that has never been addressed. And can I mention Hollywood High School had classes over 80 when I taught there, and yet there would be maybe an Armenian dance class with only 20 children in it, and so there was some disparity. It's a challenge, and I remember at one of the board meetings, our board member at that time, Julie Kornstein, said it's a safety issue.
I hear a lot of frustration because the staffing, they're just overwhelmed with a lot of assessments that are being requested, a lot of counseling services that are needed, and oftentimes they may be at a school site only 1 or 2 days a week, but yet the need is more like 3, 4, 5 days a week that they're needed. And they're just really struggling. And they want to help, psychologists, that's what they want to do. They want to help, and they feel like very frustrated because they don't have enough time to put in to meet the demands. The needs of the Los Angeles area, our students coming from a variety of backgrounds of socioeconomic levels, a lot of impoverished families, a lot of families with additional language issues. All of these factors make it more difficult for many of our kids to succeed, and they need a lot of support to help them navigate those challenges. crisis intervention is one of the main things that school psychologists do. They participate on crisis intervention teams at their school sites. They often chair those teams and kind of make sure that the staff has resources to assist the students when any of these crises happens in the communities.
We went out to the voters and we gave them a very specific plan for what we were going to do with the Prop 30 money. We were going to reduce class size and we were going to bring teachers back to the school to help alleviate the overcrowding in our rooms. We need you to help us honor the word that we gave to the voters, or they are never going to give us this opportunity again, and nor should we.
We need to have a nurse at school. 1 day a week is not enough. That's not enough. Tell a diabetic kid, oh, well, the nurse will be there to help you 1 day a week. No, we need a nurse at every school every day. We need a librarian in every school every day. We need PSA counselors every school every day. That's what the kids need to be successful. That's what the money should be spent on.
They need to come into the classroom. They need to spend significant time in the classroom and watch what's going on, and then have an honest dialogue with the union and with teachers and work together with them to make it better.
Because I would say stay to your word. They talked about, and they even put at their agendas at the board meetings that they wanted to support President Obama's need for support services for students throughout the country. And they agreed to that, and they actually applauded those efforts, but they're not providing the resources to maintain those efforts.